G'day Justin, Hayden here from Pacific Toyota in Cairns. Mate, just here to run over this 2016 Prado. Look, a bit before I do so, a bit about us. So I'm down here at my second pre-owned vehicle yard up here in Cairns. This one being our second location. Our main location's located a bit further out of the city. Mate, look, Pacific Toyota, we've just been actually awarded the fourth largest pre-owned vehicle operation under the Toyota banner for Australia, and #1 in Queensland. Mate, the virtual tour, what we've designed it for is obviously to go over the vehicle in extreme detail, just to have full transparency. At the end of the day, like I said on the phone, if the car rocks up on a truck, you're going to see the marks either way, so we'd rather address anything now. Look, as I go around the car, if you do have any concerns, please let me know, because I'm more than happy to see whether I can make it a part of the deal or rectify any of the concerns that you have. Look, I'm just going to start with the bumper and sort of work my way around, as well as taking on the interior as well. But mate, just starting with this front bumper, there's a few little scratches on here, which is pretty standard for Prados. You tend to see them more for highway Ks. You know, we always get that odd dump truck here and there that likes to put rocks out in front of us and jump up and hit the car. So you've got these odd little chips here and there. But like I said, mate, more than happy to have a chat to management about getting a brush touch if that's a concern to you. Just coming up, just going to come back over the bonnet this time. The bonnet's not too bad. There's a couple of little chips there, but very faint, very minor. Once again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very minor detail. Probably the more bigger marks are what you can see here. Sort of 1, 2, and 3. That stuff's usually from what we call fallout, stuff like usually a bit of tree sap, or bird poo, stuff like that. But very minor, there's only a couple on there. Just coming up over that front guard to the base of the A-pillar, just so you can see the lines of the doors. Everything's nice and straight and well looked after. Tyres as well, mate, I reckon they've been lucky to be 5 or 10,000 Ks on these tyres. There's that much tread remaining on them, which is good. Looks like the car's also had its wet rusting done, which means that it's all been very much sealed. We've got the protectant on there, so that's all nice and handy. Very clean car. Anyone who buys this will be very happy with it. There's another little mark just here as well, but that's coming up on there. Once again, very minor, but like I said, I'm going to be as thorough as I can. Looks like there's another little faint scratch through here. Other than that, nothing too major as I continue down. Another little scratch just here, and another one here. It looks like from a door, so let's say that's a victim of a shopping centre car park there. Just coming up and over. Just to the back pillar here, and just coming back down. Rear tread on the tyres is a little bit less than the front, but still plenty of. Once again, all nice and clean, been very well looked after the vehicle. All around, just great car. Just going to work my way sort of up the pillar and down the roof line. Like I said, very clean car, it's been very well looked after. It's a real credit to the previous owners, this one. Just looking through here from the door card, as you can see, very well looked after, very clean car. Just coming through the dash here, down your centre console, gear lever there. Flooring, once again, been very well looked after, very clean, tidy. Seats as well, there's only one little mark that I can see, which is just there. Looks like it's purple if anything, but very, very minor. Just going over the seats, so happy days there. Still the same in the back here, as you can see, very well looked after. All around great car. Just coming across the back there, and over the seating. So there's a few little wear marks, sort of as you can see just through here. Very minor, but always like to point them out. So it looks like it might have had a couple of child seats in this car that would have sat on those sides. It's the same on the other side as well, which I'll get to as I go around. So just looks like a little bit of extra wear there, which is pretty standard if it's had child seats. I'm just going to zoom back so you can get the full view of it. So it's had a tow bar fitted to it, genuine. It's got the Toyota 7-pin flat plug on it. With the door, you've also got keyless entry here, so you can turn it on and off. Turn it on and off. You can unlock and lock the car. Just coming over the back guard, let's get rid of this little flying thing here. Oh, there we go. Thought it was coming back at me then. Now there's a couple of marks on here. So 1, 2, sort of just through here is a combination, and 3. So as I zoom back, they're not that, but you do notice them, but they're not too bad. Just coming across that back, actually I'll just open the door, it'll be a bit easier, through here. So obviously being a main traffic area, you tend to get the odd bumps or bruise on here. So you got 1, 2, and then sort of a couple through here. But other than that, nothing too major. The seats obviously fold down the floor for the 3rd row, but this one's got the rubber mats in it, which is handy. As you can see through there, all very well looked after. Just trying to do both sides now. So happy days. Just going to continue my way around the car. So as you can see, just a nice looking car actually. It's hard to fault them. Pretty popular, the Prados in Australia. Just coming up again, that body all the way to the roof. And I'm just going to work my way down to the front, and I'll work my way back down the body of the car. But once again, all very well looked after. There's a little bit of a mark on the mirror there. But just coming back down to the front of the car, which we've run over. Once again, plenty of tread on the tyres. You're not going to be up for a set of tyres anytime soon. It's all very nice and clean. Had a wet rust system where things applied. Just working my way down the body of the car again. There's a couple of little faint scratches through here. More than happy to try and maybe potentially give it a little bit of a buff, but not to say that would get it out, but might look a little bit better. Once again, just through here as well. So a few little bumps and bruises through there, but nothing too major. I'm just going to get into the car itself. So you got the rear door card here. Like I said, a couple of little marks through here on this one. Sorry, the glare is kind of blocking that. Once again, flooring from this side, all very well looked after. Just that from that, like I said, child seat, you can see that through there, but nothing too major. Like I said, it's not torn or anything, it's just probably a little bit discoloured, just from extra wearing. Okay, well, I'm going to jump in the driver's side now. But look, obviously being the main traffic area, you usually get a couple of marks through here, but can't really fault this one, it's not too bad actually. Flooring's all very well looked after. Seating is probably a little bit of cushion there, but obviously someone's been sitting there for 160,000 Ks, so it's to be expected. All very well looked after there. Inside as well, push button start. You've also got the obviously selector for your mirrors, parking sensors for the rear, all that. Inside here, so obviously 160,000 on the clock. Next service is due at 170, so that's all been up to date. Got your steering wheel controls through there. A couple of things on the steering wheel, so it's just up here. It's not torn or anything, but it's just worn, so it's smooth. I'm trying to get a better image, but the sun's making it look a little bit, there you go, that's a bit better. So that's just on the top of the steering wheel there. So I'm assuming the person who drove it used to drive like this. So that's that there. You've also got your satellite navigation, radio, reversing camera through there. So all nice and handy through there. As for your keys, you've got 2 keys with the vehicle. So obviously being the push button start, they're what we call a fob key. So they both come with the vehicle. I'm just going to get the service history out for the vehicle, which I've got here. So I'm just going to get to where we need it. So going by this, I'm not sure, it doesn't have a dealer stamp, it says MVRC for 14,000 Ks. There's no stamp there, but it says that it was serviced at 31, then again at 31, so it's done by Moreton Bay Regional Council, 43,000 Ks, 53. But going by the way this car's spec'd up, usually if it's a Moreton Bay Regional Council, it's usually somebody that's a bit high up, so usually the executives. Moreton Bay Regional Council, okay, so that's what it stands for, 91,000 Ks. They've done again at 91, Moreton Bay at 103. They've done the same number again there, 113, 121, 136. 148. That's all that there. 153. 153. Then we would have done the service at 160, which takes us to 170. So that book just needs to be stamped for that. So going by that, the Moreton Bay Regional Council's certainly looked after it. Like I said, just because it is Moreton Bay, I'm probably just going to show a little bit more of the chassis in the engine bay, just to show that it has been well looked after. So just going to open it up. Just showing inside the engine bay here, just so you can see it's still all nice and clean and tidy. Perfect. I'm just sort of going to jump down and have a look underneath the car for you. Up underneath. Just show you that it's all very nice and clean. As you can see all the way through there, the back of the bash plate. Just so you can see that it's all clean, it's not very dirty. So like I said, I believe it's usually these types of cars, just by the way the spec is usually for a higher up executive car. But look mate, that sort of concludes the virtual tour. It looks like it was one owner, Moreton Bay Regional Council. They've done all the servicing to it. So mate, that sort of concludes the virtual tour for today. If you do have any questions, please don't hesitate to give me a call on 0410 839 933. But mate, thank you for watching. All the best.